Is there anyone in the audience that never felt the pain of an injury? Come on, not superheroes? Ah, interesting. On the 12th of July, from a little countryside station, a train departed on a single track and started running on the single track, heading on through the city. People were going to work, were going to the beach, or were going to do some shopping with the sales. Nothing strange, right? That particular day, on the same track, another train departed from the city, going to the countryside. An expert stated the impact was impossible to avoid. Think how many injured was that day? 50. No hospital was barely prepared to this kind of situation. Suddenly, they started collecting blood sacks from everywhere in the country. But this wasn't enough. Some people died. As a usual blood donor, I felt a sense of frustration. The same frustration I felt the day my father had an open heart operation, but I wasn't there to donate. The same frustration I felt the day my mother had an operation, but I wasn't there to donate. The frustration of being useless. It's always like that. Almost everywhere, hospitals are unprepared to this kind of situations, suffer from blood shortage, and people risk their lives. The few that donates are overwhelmed by the high number of the injured every day. Even here, the American Red Cross suffer from this problem in America. Think about the Berkeley branch of the American Red Cross organize blood drives every month to collect blood around the campus from teachers and students. Now, if something happens while you're visiting here, well, according to their report, summer is the worst period to collect blood donation because usual blood donors are on vacation. And according to their report, the donations dropped by 80%. Now, on the other hand, a British survey says that the average person got injured almost twice a day. Not hurt that they need the blood donation, but you still get hurt. So how can we be sure that the hospital has enough blood sacks to everybody else? Well, there is only one way. You can register on the redcrossblood.org website, the American Red Cross website, and schedule your appointment for a blood donation today. With just 1 hour or our selfish time, we can save up to 3 lives. 3 lives. Now, if I plan to go on Friday, at the end of College Avenue, on Claremont Street, where their branch is, I can save a kid run over by a car, a pregnant woman that needs a C-section operation, an old woman, an old man. If everybody in this room joins me on Friday, the number shifts up to 48. Yeah, it's not 50. No superhero, eh? I think I see something different.
That was exactly 4 minutes.
I cut it in the middle.
When you practiced, was it?
4:30.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting to know. You went over
Yeah, I know. It was
Yeah.
6th first time. I need to cut almost everything every time I practice.
Okay, great. Let's get some comments. Yes.
I really liked the story, and I really liked how you are. I had the feeling that you are really emotional attached to the whole thing, blood donations and so on.
Barbara?
I really like the gestures. Yeah.
Yeah, your speech is slow, so I can adjust to your accent, and it's nice. and also you write your website before on the back on the board. So when you mention the website, I can exactly know what your website is. So it's cool.
Thank you.
Alex?
You have an excellent eye contact. I was like, don't know what to do with my eyes because you keep looking, and I was like,
Yeah, I know you write a lot, so I.
yeah, but it was not excellent. It was like super excellent. I mean, if I may use that. So I like that.
I think you're asking a very question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Does it change how you feel when you wear?
Yeah, when I'm suited, I feel better. So on the last speech, I'm gonna wear the suit.
Okay. We're gonna see the suit. Okay. Good. Other comments? Yes.
In the beginning, I was a little bit afraid that you would speak like really fast because you were so nervous before you started the speech, but it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
You spoke like really calm and really slow, and it was easy to follow.
Thank you.
Again, with all the repetitions, you now that I write it down them, so you're not able to donate. You use like 3 times, 3 lives. You've said you use that 3 times again. So that gets you thinking, right? Gets you in that mode of like, oh, we have to pay attention to that. This is important figures he's bringing in us.
I had put many more repetition in the ending, but I saw that I was hurting the clock, so I just cut it almost the ending.
That was plenty, and that was like make the point actually.
Thank you.
Okay, you put the website on the blackboard, so I think the audience can remember it. We can donate it because we can see that.
Okay.
I also really like that you mentioned where we have to go to donate the blood. Just go down the street and then left, and we go together on Friday.
Right.
It's like really, really good.
Yeah. Okay. Any suggestions?
Please.
So happy food or
Yeah. Happy feet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if walking around or staying still, because with the eye contact thing is difficult. I know.
Right. So when you see your tape, you'll see, just like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of popping around. So the thing is, as a speaker, you have great energy. You have so much energy as a person and as a speaker, but it's coming out in your body, you know.
Yeah, I know.
So when you learn to channel that, and then what happens is you just will become even more powerful as a speaker. Other suggestions?
I did notice you did a little bit of pausing, but I don't believe it was enough. I'm talking about like time. So you paused, but it was less than I would expect to be normal pause would be. It's my own opinion.
Yeah.
Just a little bit longer. But in some ways you did pause enough. I'm just talking about some instances of that, not the whole speech, of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other suggestions? So, started with the story, the actual story of a real event that happened about the train crash. And I think what was great about it is that you brought that back at the end with the math that you did. If everybody in this room donated, it's almost the 50 who were injured. So that was really interesting and very, very strong. I think you took a little too much time with that story. Okay, so that story, if you were still looking for places to cut, I would shorten that element. So, yeah. But the point was, here's a situation where blood banks, you spent a lot of the speech really convincing us that blood banks don't have enough blood. And even here, right now, that was very interesting information that people go on vacation, and so the blood donations dropped by 80%. That's huge.
It's on the website.
Yeah, I believe you. It was, those were real facts. And the other part that was very convincing about this is that you said, as a usual blood donor, how many times have you donated blood?
4 or 5.
Why didn't you tell us that? That's so convincing. It's very convincing to say, I've donated blood, 4 or 5 times, and then what I'm seeing on your face is I've only donated 4 or 5 times. But, you know, that's right there. I mean, there are a lot of people in this room who have never donated blood.
I know, but
Right.
that wasn't.
So the thing is that's a very, very strong selling point. I think you could bring that in. You know, you said as usual blood donor, when you say I've donated blood 4 or 5 times, then it puts you, you're actually an authority on this. You are the authority. You've done it. You know what it feels like. You know what it's like to be maybe scared before the first time you do it, which is why a lot of people don't do it. You know if it hurts or doesn't hurt. You know if you feel weak afterwards or not. You know all of that stuff. These are very interesting things that will help this group of people on Friday go down to college in Claremont. Where did you say?
College Claremont.
College in Claremont, and actually, you know, give blood. So that's something you could have built on even more, but it did add to your authority. The repetition and the pathos all the way through was very, very good. The idea of telling us, you're going to go on Friday and you're going to save a child who's been hit by a car, a woman who needs blood during her birth, her C-section, and an old woman or an old man. That creates images in our minds. Then all of a sudden, you're convincing us we can become a hero. Essentially, we can save lives, and that's very, very convincing to do it that way rather than to say you should do this. It's a good thing to do, right? That doesn't convince people to do things. So, Nick, really good job. I want you to do a little less of this, jiggling, and just channel it and give us even more of what you're already doing, which is moving us through the emotion and the pathos, because you're very, very good at it, and I think you can continue to enhance that.
Thanks.
Good job. Thank you. All right.